Hi everyone, this is Galen Martling. Today I have two cards and I am using stenciling for the background on both of them, but in two completely different ways. And I'm using a two-piece stencils, and you'll see how I go about doing this. I also use stamping by Unity Stamp Company. I have Something About Christmas, that's the snowman. And I also have paper wings for the butterflies, and I'm using scallops and rectangles nesting dies to cut them out, to cut the background panel out. So now I have this two-piece rectangle die. I'm going to use both pieces at different times. So I wanted the image to be lined up in the middle for the open part. And then I want to stencil down that larger stencil, which is the background area, the edge area, if you will. So on a snowman, I want to add color just on the center part of that stencil. So I stamped the snowman. in Copic friendly ink, and it's going to be ink just on the center of that rectangle. Then while I had that in there, I added the sentiment on a scrap piece of white paper, and I'll trim that later more into a flag shape, and I just use scissors to do that. And so once that's done, I go ahead and remove my sticky mat and everything from the MISTI, just so I can work with covering up this image partially so I can stencil. Now I just use the backing of the stamp. It is not perfect. You can trim something really perfect with a piece of paper and a separate stamped snowman, but I just used the backing because I just wanted something to be approximate for this particular card. So then you peel away and you see that background shows on the edge where the snowman is not. I just love it. It's more of a two-tone look with the stenciling, but it stays right in the border area of that background. And so now I'm going to go ahead in the snowman areas just to do Copic coloring. I listed the Copic markers here, and they'll be on my blog. And you can use any kind of coloring you want. You can make it be color pencils. You can just leave it without any color, and you can do ink blending on it. So I just chose to use some colors of Copics. I chose very vibrant colors for this card, very dark, vibrant, and I just really love it for wintertime. Now I also have something new that I'm using. It's Copic. It's opaque liquid with a brush, sort of like a nail polish brush, and I just dabbed some Copic opaque white dots on it for the snow. Now for this second card, I'm using just the interior piece and stenciling around the outside. I use two colors, more of a lavender on the top and green on the bottom. And so after I stenciled it, I added back in that middle section to line up my edge, and then I taped down the edge to mask off any stamping directly on that background. I'm just going to use the open part to do the background stamping. So the open window, I'm using the stamping there, you'll see. It's so cute. It's these little twigs, and I put the sentiment in lavender. I pre-stamped the butterflies, and I popped them up with a little piece of foam tape, and just place this right on the card base. It's like a flat design. The only thing that's not flat is I popped up those butterflies with a little bit of foam tape. But this snowman card is all flat. It's just with flat double-sided tape onto the background of that snowman, and also on the sentiment. And there you go. There's two cards with background stenciling, two different ways with totally different looks. I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.